Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Shawn, GILL CPA with Neutron Tax, and in today's video, we're going to go over what you, as a real estate investor, need to bring to your CPA come tax time to get an accurate and complete tax return filed quickly and easily. And again, if I'm your CPA, excellent choice, best decision of your life. Now, before we get started, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you're always notified when I post a video. It really helps me grow the channel. Now let's get into this. So as a CPA with my own firm, Neutron Tax, I often get asked by my real estate investor clients, Shawn, what do I need to bring you this tax season to get my personal tax return done, whether that's where your real estate is being held and reflected, or my business tax return done where my real estate is being held and reflected. This is a partnership or an S Corp. Generally, it's the same core items every year, so let's go over that right now from the top. First and foremost, I need identification for you and your spouse if this is being reflected on your personal tax return, which means that your real estate is held on your Schedule E. I'll need your identification, so your driver's license and your spouse's driver's license, and then information for your dependents, birth dates, social security numbers, addresses. Now, if this is in a partnership or an S Corp, I need your and all of your partners or shareholders' social security numbers or EINs if they're entities, names, and addresses. And if you're a returning client, we should already have all of this information on file. Now, along with this, we'll need your bank account information, whether it's personal or business, bank account number, and your routing number. This is so that we can have a refund deposited to your account if applicable, or a direct debit taken out of your account if you have a balance due. You can also pay your balance due via check, but getting it pulled out of your direct debit is, again, easiest and the safest way to do it. And if you're a returning client, we should already have this on file as well. Hey, real estate investor, if you need someone to prepare your business or personal tax return that includes real estate this tax season, feel free to go to the description and click the link down there to book a call with me directly. We'll talk over your tax situation, I'll give you a quote, and you'll get a free consultation with the CPA for up to 30 minutes, and we'll see if it makes sense for us to work together and move forward from there. Now let's get back to the video. If you've changed any of your addresses, by the way, or your bank account numbers, please let us know if you're a returning client, because obviously we would have your old information on file and we won't know whether to ask you if you don't let us know. Next, for your rental portfolio, we need all of your rental income information for the year. Sometimes people get this in 1099s. Otherwise, you should have it as your gross rents collected, and sometimes investors even send us their complete rent roll for the year. If you have any debt forgiven, we'll also need that information, as that's taxable income. And side note, any funds received from a cash out refinance is not taxable income. You should most likely have a bookkeeper that keeps a profit and loss for your rental portfolio. If they have that, you can just send us your profit and loss for the year for each entity or for each property, as it should reflect your rents collected and your various expenses. Next, we'll need those expenses, aka your deductions information. This is any 1098s for mortgage interest, your property tax information, HOA fees that you paid for the year, insurance that you paid for the year, taxes and licenses that you paid for the year, repairs and maintenance expenses, property management fees, bank fees, etc. And make sure to also send over any cost segregation studies that you had done for the year, or any 1031 exchange information that you had done from your intermediaries. And if you purchased a new property, please send over the closing documents related to that. If you sold the property in a taxable event, please send over the closing documents related to that transaction as well as any kind of ledger that you've kept of repairs and maintenance done over the years, so that we can accurately calculate a basis for you in that property, as this will reflect on your tax return when it comes to calculating your gain. And if you had any tenant improvements in commercial properties and multifamily properties that you have and are depreciating over various years, we'll also need records of that as well. We also always appreciate a fixed asset schedule if you have one that you're keeping internally, as this makes sure that we can accurately account for all of your various properties, and a depreciation schedule from the prior year if you're switching from a new accountant, so we can make sure that we take depreciation where the last accountant left off and we don't miss any depreciation deductions, as that's typically, as you probably know as a real estate investor, your biggest deduction per property. Next, we'll also need all the information related to any estimated tax payments that you made throughout the year. So this is the dates that you made them and the amount. So for example, June 15th, I paid X amount of money, September 15th, and then January 15th, X amount of money. We'll need that so that we can accurately reflect that on your business returns or your personal returns and make sure that all the payments are accounted for so that you don't have to come more out of pocket come tax time. Also, any sort of transactions related to, again, as I mentioned, your 1031s or any transactions outside of your 1031s, if you're not sure whether you should mention it or send over information, send it over just in case. We'd rather have more information than less. It's kind of like a doctor's office, right? You want to tell your doctor everything that's wrong with you. Worst case scenario, they just say that none of it matters and you're completely fine. Worst case scenario, you don't tell them something and you have, God forbid, like a cancerous tumor or something, right? We don't want to leave any depreciation on the table, any basis on the table, any expenses. So just send it all and let us sort through it ourselves. This covers all the basics and the essential documents in a normal tax year. If you had any kind of special transactions that took place or special tax situation that happened that may have separate tax documents related to it, send that over as well. Never hurts. If you made any sort of efficient green energy improvements to properties, send over those records as well, as you may qualify for a credit. If you invested in a qualified opportunity fund, send over information related to that. If you got a return from a qualified opportunity fund or qualified opportunity zone, send that as well. That's important information. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will personally address all of them myself, and we'll catch you in the next one. So that was the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. It helps me grow the channel. If you need help with your taxes, you can book a call with me directly at the link below in the description, and you can also sign up for our email list. We only send out an email about once a month, and that's everything I need to tell you. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace. Have a good day. Appreciate the views.